This is Jeep Talk with Damon Viola.
Welcome to Jeep Talk. I'm at the 2016 MVPA National Convention at Pleasanton, California. Now, you may have noticed that there haven't been any episodes of Jeep Talk, and that's because I've been working on my Jeep day and night trying to get it ready for the show. Well, here it is, so let's take a look at it. Of course, there is so much more to the convention than just my Jeep, and here's a few highlights. I'm in Building A. This is the vendor area where companies from all over the country and even outside of the country come and bring their wares to sell. And you can find just about anything you're looking for. You just need to take a walk through the aisles and see what they have. I had the opportunity to interview a couple of friends of mine at the show. Well, as you know, I have a Ford GPW I've been working on, but I also did some work on a World War II Stewart M5A1 tank that you see right behind me. And I'd like you to meet the owner of that tank. This is Mr. Lee Edwards. Hi, Lee.
How you doing, Damon?
Doing good. So tell me a little bit about the tank, how you got it, and what your plans are.
Well, this is the second Stewart I've had. First one like a lot of people, you get it done, you get divorced, you sell it, and you bide your time until you can find another one. A friend of mine that I'd known for years passed away, and I was able to buy it from his widow. It's been sitting around for about 20 years. Never had the time and the money in combination, the right combination. Finally got around to having the money and the time. I was fortunate enough to find Damon. He was looking for some work, and he came along, and I kind of guessed he knew what he was doing. So he's been up there working on it for me for almost 3 years, and we've gotten it together. It's turned out fantastic. The comments that we've had at this show from the people that really know tanks are really impressed. So now it's a little kind of bittersweet, because 20 years ago I had a lot more energy and a lot less stomach. So it probably would have been used a lot more back then, but we'll see if we can't get it out a little bit now.
Well, I remember when you approached me and you said, are you looking for something to do? And we talked about it, and next thing I know, I arrive at your place, and there it is with some paint on it, and some tracks, but nothing else. So I realized that there was a challenge, and never did one before, but I was so fortunate that you gave me the opportunity, and we just kind of went through it piece by piece, and here it is, and it's looking really good, and I was very fortunate, and I thank you for letting me be a part of it.
I'm glad you came along, because it really, otherwise it'd probably still be sitting in pieces. We had a lot of stuff collected. It was just a matter of trying to put a jigsaw puzzle back together, and it's worked out really well. It really has. The other thing, I don't know if you noticed inside the building, though, was a 3-inch deck gun from World War I. Damon helped on that one, and it's just a beautiful piece. The two of them together has just turned out fantastic.
Well, thank you, and that's where we're going to go next. We're going to take a look at that.
Okay, not much more. The one thing I like about this, Stuart, and the comments we've gotten is not only the quality of the restoration, but the way we've kind of decked it out with all the stuff that the crew would have during the war. It adds a little bit to the history, the authenticity. It gives people the chance to actually see what kind of living conditions they would be in, and the stuff that they had to put up with. And again, it's a tribute to our veterans. We don't give them enough credit, either from World War II, Vietnam, Korea, Iraq. They're the ones that really deserve the thanks.
I agree with that 100%.
So that's about it.
All right. Well, listen, Lee, thank you so much. And again, thank you for giving me the opportunity to be a part of it.
I'm glad you came along. It just moved everything right up the scale.
And congratulations on your Motor Pool Gold Medal Award.
Well, thank you very much. It was definitely a combined effort between both Damon, Lynn Smith helped with the radios, did an excellent job.
He is very good.
So those two people are to be commended too.
All right, Lee. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. And we did get a look at that 3-inch naval deck gun. It is an excellent piece and makes a fine addition to Lee's collection. I am very fortunate to be able to have worked on it and happy that it made it to the show. I'm standing next to another friend of mine. His name is Sean Nichols, and he owns this beautiful truck behind us. It's an international fire truck, but I will let him explain it exactly what it is. How you doing, Sean?
Good. How you doing, Damon?
Doing great. So tell me about your truck and how you got it and what you've done to it and, what it was for and so on.
All right. It's a 44 International Harvester. It is a 1.5-ton truck. It's called the M3L4, short wheelbase. And this particular vehicle was designated FFN, and that means it's a crash truck. It's designed to go in and rescue downed air crews after a airplane crash. And I've had it about 14 years. I pulled it out of a field in the Sierra foothills of California, and I've been working on it about 13 years. and have gone all the way down to the frame and brought it back up, and it's now running under its own power. Rebuilt the engine, transmission, transfer case, differentials, completely repainted everything, did a lot of rust repair, and I'm now ready to start working on the fire apparatus portion of it.
Well, what I see here so far is really excellent work, and I'm really impressed, and I can't wait to see, what you do with the rest of it. Any idea when you plan on having the fire equipment back on?
Well, given the space constraints I have right now, it may take some time. However, I'm expecting it probably be about a year to finish it up once I have a place to get the work done.
All right. Well, like I say, it's very nice, and I can't wait to see the finished product.
All right, thank you.
You're very welcome. Good talking with you, Sean.
Too.
Hi, my name is Dan Seaborg. I'm with Northern Recon Group, and I'd like to share a poem with you. Tracks across the desert, trails through the sand, places where a mule won't go. I'm a Jeep driving man. We started out Friday evening just as darkness fell, trailer loaded to the top, all was going well. We wouldn't forget a thing this time as we loaded up the gear. About 2 a.m. it crossed my mind, we forgot to bring the beer. We rambled around and finally found old Carrizo Creek. Wife said, be real quiet, camp's gonna be asleep. But there was headlights on the hillside and every gully too, and the drunks around the campfire were singing Mountain Dew. We hit the hay at 5, they rolled us out at 6. Little kids were wild and gay, the rest of us were sick. Then rosé for breakfast, shook up beer for lunch. Alka-Seltzer appetizers passed among the bunch. We headed out for Superstition, feeling mighty low. I was eating all the dust, my Jeep just wouldn't go. The wife had the answer, said the problem was the jug. Like a drunk inside, I forgot to lock my worn front wheel hubs. The wind came up and the sand really began to blow. Everybody headed back, driving mighty slow. I dropped the gear, fanned the clutch and started on around. I ended up in a 12-foot wash. My Jeep was upside down. We scrambled around and finally found the old CB radio. Wife held the antenna down, 'cause down was up, I said, pray, gave my touty old shout and roar. Somebody says, do you need any help? And I said, that's a big 10-4. When they came back and finally found my old stacked up Jeep, oil was dripping, gas was running down the driver's seat. We flipped her over, had a beer, and started on back. When I got back with a blistered bottom, camp blowed away. Lost a Jeep can, had a flat, got a ticket on the way. Next time somebody says there's a Jeep run next weekend, I may throw a ringtail fit, but I'm ready to go again.
For Jeep Talk, I'm Damon Viola. Thanks for watching.